I know what's best, just wanna feel.
That's right. We got quite a few things to talk about. But we're terrorists for talking about it all. Just so you have your warning there. You're a terrorist just for being here, just for listening. Congratulations. Things to talk about. But we're terrorists for talking. Thank Portugal the Man. That's purple, yellow, red, and blue. If you guys don't listen to Portugal the Man, check your DNA. Alright, let me see. I got a whole new setup. I got a whole new thingamabobamajig going on here. I resituated some things and some stuff, and I think I'm going to have to buy a lamp. So the video may not be great today. It may be bad. And then if it probably is, I'll see if I can move the light around behind me and see what I can do to get there we go. I was screen sharing Portugal the Man. Man, I appreciate you guys being here. Check this out. Canadians, Canada. Whether you are from Calgary, Toronto, whether you are from Montreal, Quebec, whether you are from Vancouver, I don't care what coast of Canada or if you're smack dab in the middle. My Canadian brothers and sisters are some real strong sons of bitches, man. And I appreciate you guys being here. I I have only really known good, virtuous folks from Canada. Even the crazy ones. Even the crazy ones. Good folks. Good crazy folks. And we may have one of them on later. Coming to us live from, I believe, Montreal. So we'll... or the Montreal area, or parts unknown in Canada. Either way, we might have Captain Canuck on with us with Shane the Sovereign as well. And everything is related to that. And what I said was anonymous. But as we know, these webs, these complicated webs that we weave as people, they're not just privy to anonymous. Yeah, that's not going to work. I look blue. I look blue. So, I don't know. I'll resituate the camera and things here when I take a break and we'll get it all figured out. Actually, you know what? I got me an idea. Yeah, I resituated everything, and so it may take me getting a little bit here to get the camera where we need it. But what we have to discuss is it's not easy. It's not an easy topic. Check this out. People don't want to talk to Anonymous or about Anonymous because they're afraid. They are scared. They're afraid that they're going to get hacked. They're afraid that somebody is going to take something they say in a derogatory manner. All right, we kind of got my ugly out that light. Anywho. So, when people find you to be unapproachable, or at the very least difficult to approach, then they're not going to put themselves out on a limb most of the time. But here's what I put. If I were the enemy of Anonymous, I would want them fighting one another and not focusing their time and energies on their collective enemies. I would try to create an atmosphere of discontent to such a degree that unity in the masses would be next to impossible for a lack of trust, etc. And that's just really a general lack of. It would be a lack of trust, a lack of, tons of things, If I were the enemy of the people and the true enemy of freedom, I would have everyone so distracted, but that by the time they figured out they were controlled opposition, it would be while they were smelling their new FEMA camp. See, the thing is the oxymoron is that you are the problem and the solution. You always have been. Us, you, me, all of us. Our disunity is our problem, our unity is our solution, and all of this is either a product of our choice or our inaction. This is where we become our own problem and where we can be our own solution. And this is the way it's always been for us. Imagine you concentrated on your contribution and not the distractions around you, right? So the distractions around you are people, confrontation, attitudes, egos, pride, all of the different things that can disunify us, even our own insecurities. But let me try to approach it maybe a little bit differently. Your contribution. If you were concentrated on your contribution and you weren't thinking about any outside forces whatsoever, you were just thinking, I am going to do everything I can with my life in my short period of time that I have here. I'm going to do everything I can to stay on my path, my course, my route, that does everything in my little world, making my little part of the universe better, productive, okay, more. If that's the direction that you're headed in and you're not thinking about this, then what you're going to see is is there'll be other people doing that same thing as well, right? That's where you find likeness in other people. But if we just focus on yourself, on ourselves in that moment, and we had a population of people who believed that way, then think about what the world looks like, because you don't have any choice other than to see change. Monumental change. So imagine you concentrated on your contribution and not the distractions around you. If many of us saw fit to be this way, then change is the means as a byproduct. Then change comes as a byproduct naturally. But if I were your enemy, I would do everything I could to make sure that the truth was always cloudy at best. That way, it matched the suspicious nature of a new society. But think about that. A new society, that's profound. What right do I or does anybody else have to say that this is a new society? Well, it is. A new society. Because this is new. Think about Halloween, right? Just 60 years ago, which is less than a blink of an eye. In Halloween traditionally, you would go into your neighbor's house and drink tea or pumpkin juice. You would eat oatmeal cookies. You would have, and then you would go to the next person's house. And then people would come into your house. It wasn't going around getting candy so much, and people would have pies that they had baked that people would be eating. You know, you'd have like a cup of tea and some pie, things like that. We, from 1950 to, say, just 1985, just in a 35-year period, this, in that manner, just in that one example, became a new country. And I want you guys to think along those lines, at least entertain that with me for just a second, that this is a new society. This isn't the same. Ask your grandparents if this is the same country they grew up in. Well, you already know what they're going to tell you. Ask your parents if this is the same country that they grew up in. You know damn well what they're going to tell you. If you are 30 years of age, then you've seen this country change quite a bit. If you're 40 years of age, 50 years of age, 60, 70, then you have seen substantial, monumental change into a new society. This isn't the same. Entertainment culture isn't the same. Attitudes, morality, the belief in civil living, these things, nothing is propagated the same way either. Not through the same mainstream media or entertainment fashions like radio, television, newspaper, things like this, magazines. It's no longer done that same way. What we see being pushed out now, especially in comparison to the 1950s golden age of television and radio and music and things like this, it's very dark. This is new. This isn't the same. So entertain that for me, please. Just please entertain that if you're not already. Our schools used to have children that brought in guns for show and tell. And then all the kids would bring in their guns and they would clean them together. We were a largely agricultural nation, and hunting and protecting livestock and protecting your home is just commonplace anyway. But this also is huge, isn't it? Is it not? This is a profound change. Where we were bringing guns to the schools, now they're a gun-free zone. This is a new society. This is a new way of thinking. It's important. We used to teach to always rely on yourself and never the government. Do not trust the banks, the government, the lawyers, or the judges, and never ever call the law. Always do things as a community. Figure it out yourselves. There was a time where societal unity was understood as a necessity or a means to progress, and not understood as just a myth, with a bunch of kids in a chat room or on a forum trying to impress themselves and impress the people around them with how mean and cruel and witty they can be. This is a new society. I could ask you, what if? What if time called on a generation that did not listen or did not know how to hear its calling? What if the good soil was begging for people to remember their strength, but they forgot it? Not just that it's not just in a history book. What if you and I have been called to achieve something none of us believe we have the means to achieve? What if? But if I asked you to go into your imagination too far, or maybe at all, I'm afraid that you may not take me seriously. So going into the land of what if may not work. Maybe I should speak bluntly. Maybe I should speak without fear of reprisal. See, people fear anonymous culture because what they've seen is that when one person makes another person mad, they dox them. They get their personal information and they put it out for everybody. They do this over personal grudges. Well, then what is anonymous really? What is it doing in front of everybody, in front of an entire interweb world for everyone to see? Its intentions matter not. Maybe I should speak without fear of that reprisal, that if I say something that somebody doesn't like, that they'll lash out at me. But you know what? Make no mistake. I absolutely speak with no fear, because what you don't understand is not just freedom, but the root of freedom. The root of our freedoms lies not in a comfortable place, but in a place of discontent. Whether you would like that or not, you need to understand that where we come from was people that understood you have an opinion that I don't like, but I will never attack you for it, not in any way. I'm much more interested in giving you the dignity of those choices, trying to maybe have an intellectual or intelligent conversation with you, and then seeing if the people around us have gained as much virtue from that conversation as you have and was what I have. Because you're going to be able to bring information to the table maybe that I'm unaware of, and me as well to you. You can forget fear. This needs to be said. But let's be honest. This doesn't just need to be said to Anonymous. This needs to be said to every single group fighting for freedom, fighting for civil justice. Anybody who's interested and says, I want my country back. I want my country back. All of us have been afflicted because all of us know how easy it is to separate. All of us can separate from each other like that. Oh, that guy says, he's too tall, he's too skinny, she's too white, she's too black. That person has that religion. That person has no religion. We have been taught how to separate on every and any terms that you could possibly imagine and not have imagined beforehand. We've been taught this. We know how to separate. It's not going to be easy to get together. Just because we say unity, it's a good idea. Oh, I agree. Oh, now we're done. No. This infighting is a natural part of what it is we're trying to achieve. It's absolutely what is going to happen to broken people. And we're broken. And we have to consider that we're in a new society. If we're not able or unwilling to deal in the reality that has been created for us and that we have in whatever parts condoned. If we're not willing to deal in that reality and say that this is a new society, something different from what our parents grew up with, something completely different from what our grandparents grew up with, if we're not willing to recognize that, then how in the hell are we going to believe that it's even possible that we can create a new society? We're already living in a new society. But if we're unwilling to recognize that, we'll never believe in our strength, in our ability to do it again, except this time for the better. What is it that's more important to you? Because make no mistake, your enemy wants you to believe that you're alone. Your enemy wants you to be disunified, disconnected, because that's what's important. If you're any voice of opposition to a freedom fighter, a revolutionary, anybody who's trying to make this world a better place for any of us, if you're a voice of opposition to that, you're going to do, at least this is what they did to OAS, Operation American Spring. Most of these people are hard working, blue collar working stiffs. they did a really successful job. They did a bang up job. Got, a couple few thousand people to go to DC from all around the nation. But because these people aren't used to prison culture, these people aren't used to street culture, things like that, they used a little bit of street culture on them and said, hey, that guy's a snitch. He's working for the cops. Boom. OAS fell apart. OAS fell apart. There are 1,000,001 subversion tactics that you can use that are being used against us constantly. What will it take for us to realize that unity at this point really is our truest expression of how desperate we are? Look, our freedoms really do come from a place of discontent. They really do. If I was not trying to overthrow my freaking government, my jackass government, and make no mistake, I am. I absolutely am. Yes. I want those assholes out. Each and every one of them. All the Republicans, all the Democrats, and I want them all in prison. And I've made no bones about that, And this is why I support the electronic army known as Anonymous. This is why I support the literal army in our militia and some of our military personnel. This is why I support the sovereigns and every other rallier, protester, demonstrator, everybody. Patriot group, everybody. Because we need you. We need those niches. Think about what all those groups represent. They all represent a different good idea, right? And even though all of those groups have been afflicted with infighting, all of them still strive towards what's good. Everybody's trying. We're trying to figure this out. We're trying to figure out unity. We're trying to, through a mess of indoctrination, you've been inundated, as have I. And most of us, we don't realize that when we attack each other, we are controlled opposition. You are controlled opposition. Every time you attack your brother or sister, every single time you do that, you've just been distracted. You've just bought in. It's past time for us to stop, and not one dumbass, ugly mug on a camera is going to stop it from happening. I realize that. But if nobody says anything, then nothing happens. And I don't care who I piss off. I want you to imagine this, and because I don't want you to go into the land of if too far. I may lose you. I won't stay there for too long. But imagine this. An electronic army with such a high aptitude and so many resources and such endless untapped potential that if all you could do is get that one resource, that one organization, that one organism, that one virus, and just put it together where it had precision focus, you tell me one thing that organism could not achieve. I'll tell you you're wrong. Think about that. Think about that every time you guys attack one another. Think about that every time you guys want to dox one another. All that time and energy. I hear people calling each other script kiddies and things like this. I don't care what you are. If you got computer tech skills, we need you. We want you. We gotta have you. Period. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's the beginning level or if you've hacked the planet twice. I just don't care. I don't care if it's networking skills on social websites. We need you. We need all of you. All of your skills. I don't give a shit what it is. This is not the time, and nor has it been the time in your lifetime or mine for us to continue to buy into fighting. Think about this as well. Every time we fight one another, they're laughing at us. And why wouldn't they be? If you were them, so would you. How could you not? Those idiots. They'll never get it together. They'll never pull it together. They're too busy freaking, hitting each other, demolishing and melting each other's computers, man. Guys, we need you. We need your precision focus. If anybody was bored and got all the skills in the world and just needs something to do, hit up Diametric Opposition. I got shit for people to research all day long. Are you kidding me? And it helps families, and it helps hopefully farmers to keep their land from a gas pipeline being built through it, to an entirely different situation where a guy harmed children on a bus, and now he's walked away with basically nothing. He got probation. He was never arrested, and now we don't have to be so nice because the families are done with court. Now would be the time to rely on people with tech skills more than ever, right? But how is anybody going to approach any of you guys for help when you can't be trusted? Have you become your own worst enemy in some ways? Let me tell you something about justification. Oh, I was justified because this person did this person said that, whatever. First, let me appeal to the pagans. Okay, and practitioners of magic. You don't set an incantation during a wrong time, a wrong cycle in the moon, when Mercury is in retrograde, because you're feeling spiteful. You know not to do that. Let me try to appeal, would you be justified? Yeah, that person did you wrong. So you would be able to incantate and, do whatever you wanted, cast whatever kind of spell, right? And then you have the freedom to do that. But justification, yeah, it's there. Is it the right thing to do? Absolutely not. Let's say all the planets and things are lined up exactly. Is justification yours? And let's take this to the Christian perspective. If there was ever a better example of justification, you have your guy Jesus on a cross. When you're crucified, you die by suffocation. Romans were really good at their job. And you don't actually die by, you have to contract your muscles to pull yourself up, to hold yourself up, to breathe when you're being crucified. So it's 1,000 times more painful just to breathe. You're in incredible pain. You got the nails going through, holding up your body's weight. If there was ever a time of justification, they'd pull out his beard. They'd take a spear and stab him in the side, spear of destiny. And he could have called down legions of angels, and he didn't. Because justification amounts to nothing. Sorry. I know that's not what you want to hear. The freedoms that we have in place are in place for everybody. Not just you. Freedom of speech, it doesn't mean it's just you get to be an asshole. Freedom of speech means you're going to hear things you don't like, and in a free society, you remain civil. If there's a lawmaker that passes a law, then in a free society, you can protest, you can petition, you can da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You can file a constitutional complaint. If you file a constitutional complaint, look up the Pro Se Toolbox on the Citizens Action Network. Check those guys out. Also, no stranger to infighting. Everybody has had to deal with this. So what is it going to take for us to rise above? What is going to give us a sense of urgency? Is it the realization that there's no one coming to save you? That either you do it or it does not get done? And you can watch your standard of living continue to decline when it comes to freedoms, liberties, pursuit of happiness, things like this? Constitutional rights? Ask yourself what direction you believe your government is going to head in, whether you're in the US, England, Canada, wherever you're listening to me from. What direction is your government going to continue to head in if you do not intervene? So there's a sense of urgency for you. No one's coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save you. No one's going to come and say, oh man, you guys are in a bad spot. Here, let's fix this. Let's set this right because that's the right thing to do. The time to cry foul was a long time ago. Your enemy has made themselves plainly known to you, and it's your ruling class. I have a million examples. We'll get to those this week, too. And if I asked you what if time called on your generation, on your presence when you're here, and you do nothing? What if time calls on your generation and you do something? What if? Do you need a game changer to make this more real? To bring more people into the fold, where it's not just people on the internet, your friends, the people, the circle, the networks that we've all created for ourselves. You know, how do we get more people involved? Our neighbors, our neighborhoods, the cities we live in, things like this. How do we do this? Is that what it'll take for people to finally say more people are standing and now I feel more comfortable standing with them? Because I have an answer for that too. It's paper. Some people don't like it because it's a simple answer, but it's paper. A lot of people don't get on the internet, and if they do, they're not here for the same reasons you and I are. There's a very small percentage of us. I know we like to think there's a lot of us. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot more of us than there was a decade ago. There's still not enough. We need to make flyers, we need to print them up ourselves, and we need to walk them around our neighborhoods. We need to get people to help us, our friends and our family. We need to find kids that run around the neighborhood that are probably going to get in trouble. Hand them a few bucks and say, hey man, I'm going to toss you this money if you'll just, pass these flyers out to these streets. Just hit these doors. You make a quick 10, 20 bucks, whatever, Many ways to get imaginative, and I think that's another thing. It's time for you to use your imagination, your ingenuity, and be creative. All of those things have been stifled in us. We know damn well in America, if we were to reinvent the radio in a garage like it was in the state of Indiana, you'd go to jail today. I'm going to tell you to reinvent that damn radio anyway, and don't report it to the government, and you don't have to pay them a dime for registration or licensing or certification or nothing. You are free. You don't have to pay them a damn thing. You're a free woman and a free man, and you don't owe them shit. And it's time for you, if you want, take your stuff apart. Take your own stuff apart. Reinvent. Take your own things apart, the old electronics that don't work anymore, or the ones that you don't use anymore. Figure them out. Did you know that if you have a phone that works on 900, 950 megahertz, on the back it tells you how many megahertz it works on? Some of them are different now. You can go to the store and get walkie-talkies that run on that same frequency. Take it apart. It'll show you the green computer board. Take a knife, like a Swiss Army knife. This is actually a SEAL knife. Nope, Green Beret knife. I don't know if you can read that. Green Beret USA. It's lightweight but balanced. And take the blade of the knife. You have two different sections on walkie-talkies where you'll see what's called the tits for where it's soldered. And you can find the spot where you touch here and touch here on different ones, and you can hear conversations around you. It's because cellular phones are on open frequencies, just like baby monitors. This technology is all around us. Use your imagination. Create. Innovate. Use your ingenuity. It's past time for us to do this, and I know damn well we're the people to do it. I know we have it in us. Look at how people take apart their Xboxes all the time. They take apart their phones. They do this all the time. This is a way for us to spread freedom. It's a way for us to regain freedom. And paper. Getting paper out to your neighbors, giving them the .coms, giving them websites, giving them resource material, the Fifth Column, the Anti-Media, the Big Plantation, all of this, the Citizens Action Network, Sovereigns in Ohio, Anonymous in Ohio, Anonymous every freaking where. We need to give them the resources. We need to give them the choice. Because we know, even though they don't, all of us are going to have to make a choice. FEMA camp or death. And that's if they give us that choice. These people, that are just as oppressed as you and I, just as inundated as you and I, that have been polarized just as much as you and I, but they're not awake. We need to wake their asses up. We need to get them up. You want to talk about focus? There's your focus. That's what Anonymous can be doing. Anonymous can be, as a community organizer, we discuss different methodologies all the time. And, Anonymous can be best served as flooding the information in places using comical satire, you know, again, imagination, creativity. It doesn't always have to be so destructive, and it doesn't always have to, sometimes it does, don't get me wrong. But there are many ways to go about using the methodologies to getting those words out there. A lot of Anons aren't just hacktivists, they're activists. So the flyers are right up their alley. They also have, have backgrounds in maybe graphic design, things like that. They can make one hell of a flyer. This is how we make sure that when people go out to rallies and things, everybody comes home. If our community gets to know each other on a personal level, in a very personal way, then this is how we create that unity. This is how we make another new society. It's not that hard. We're already living in one. I hope this gives some of you motivation. It's been 33 minutes of me going rah, rah, rah. So I'm going to take a break for a second. I'm going to play a couple of tunes. And then I'll come back and I'm going to go over a couple of headlines, and then we will come back to this and we'll have our guests on. So appreciate you guys joining. This is Diametric Opposition. It's because I'm fucking diametrically opposed to all their bullshit, to the point where I don't trust anything they say. I don't care what comes out of that television. I don't care what comes out of the magazines, the newspapers, the doctors, especially the lawyers, the judges. Good Lord. I'm just diametrically opposed. They all lost their position of trust with me, and I'd rather you be sitting there. I'd rather everyone's... Dude, you know what? This would be some slick stuff right here, right? We're going to get our new society one way or another, right? But you got like a council member sitting, on a council meeting with his Anon mask sitting right there, like, what up? Showing everybody. You know what I mean? Letting them know... we were part of what got this nation back. And you know damn well if the United States, if its citizens, if its inhabitants can get control of its lands again, if we're the ones running shit, acting like human beings again, then the way we affect the rest of the world is just monumentally freaking peaceful and positive. But we have to be willing to wage peace. And you will sacrifice for peace. You will sacrifice, not just for a revolution of consciousness, but for a revolution of environment. You stand to lose things. I have a child. And I know that I'm put myself in a bad position by saying things like, screw the government, you're free, do what you want. Check out the militia, check out the sovereigns, check out the anonymous pages, Check out Anon HQ. And that's ridiculous. In America? I'm in a bad spot for saying that? You gotta be kidding me. But no, here we are. So welcome to the revolution. And thanks for being a terrorist with me. I'm sure that you have been put on some strange list by taking part in the show. So congratulations. We're all list buddies now. And I'll be back here in a minute.
Both tell you what. Life can be hard, but you just gotta push through.
Sometimes just let it go. Plant seeds in your mind, water it with rhymes and let it grow. Attack with actions, words only worth half, and that's the exact fraction. Life's more massive than anyone's ask, but actors act like it's only their path until they're blasted. Lessons are experience reflected through your lenses. Perception bends presence, connections, and attention causes tension. Respect connects unless it gets no reflection. Who's the boss, but who's on top? Gets tossed off, the logic is crossed, twisted. Significantly, people can't see the cause. Consider the visions of gods, divinity, the Trinity, and consider other religions. Even heathenistic decisions that offer different visions. Educate, levitate, to calculate the odds. Condition your position before you get lost. It's the SNS crew, Democrats be the squad. S to the K, H, Y to the J, E, D, I,
Cause we stay high so fly and you know it. Cause I'm a poet glowing like the sun, so bright a show and flowing like the night is done. Patrolling, taking control of the lyrical soul. Speaking vocal frequencies, spoken like my spit was sonar. Beheading like a ninja, revving in just like a snowball. My baby cast a goal when she inspired us to go far. I don't do it for the dubs, I do it for the love. And I don't do it for the clubs, shape shifting fake thugs. I'm just playing what you hand me. You can turn the other way and fall back on that plan B. That's all fine and dandy, we the SNS crew. We wickedly spitting written encryptions for submissions that we can see through. So while you switching your positions and giving up on your conditions, yo, we can see you. I'm a suburban hip-hop caper, rip your tip top like it's paper. Take your mixtape and I rape her, so stop waiting, play a hater. What you gon' do? I'm sick of this child's play. All this shit is complaining, straining on my vocal cords like I broke the open door. Burning bridges to the core, cord and visions, my report. My incisions make it sore, then we pass it off and we explore.
Tune into the movement to view the conclusion. SNS crew improvement, congruent with the coolest, no fooling. Leave your medulla oblongata drooling, feeling foolish like a broken tool, you can't use it. Screw loose, no moving, drilling it out, Dremel useless. Smooth away the pain and bruises with Bruce from rulers. Teachers and students, lawyers and movers, construction workers and jewelers do what we need to do for the moolah. To use our computers, television, cell phones, and to fuel us. Funerals included with tulips. The cost of life really can't be computed from loot, but ladders and hoops, compounding fractals and loops, created to sedate to separate us from the natural. It's a plan devised tactical. We need to break and cut loose from this noose. It's not practical.
Man, that makes me wanna slap a hoe.
But I won't let you. I may be under pressure, but I'm more like a professor giving lectures, always learning. Some people build bridges and some people start burning. Start learning and turn it around and change your life. Cause maybe you will end up having only strife and pain. It's not the same as it used to be. Some people try to take the game away from you ruthlessly. It's not the same, it's strange, and it maintains on a different plane. Man, it just fucks with my brain.
Twisted, subliminal, paranormal, mortal phrases. Uplifted, formally, gorgeously, I'm enormously racist. Vicious, the gifted one, malicious. With a flip of the tongue, test the S to the S to meet the hit with a stick of a bitch, just run.
Why we gotta live our lives this way? Why we gotta live our lives this way? Maybe one day we can push pain away. Why we gotta go and live our lives this way? Just hope things will change.
I couldn't help myself. I giggled. I got the giggle snorts from that video, dude. So I just talked to Shane, and he will not be joining us tonight. He's got a later schedule than what I thought, so I'll have him on later. And that little freaking video. So, let me go over a couple of the headlines and things, get everybody caught up on the propaganda. This guy, Dr. Oz, he's all about telling people this is the miracle. Bam. But I'm much bluer than I want to be. Anyway, Dr. Oz stuff like pop. I haven't seen the show. These doctors saying they want his license revoked and kick him out of Columbia University, blah, 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 blah. And that he's an incredible surgeon. Well, here's the truth, okay? Here's the truth. I'm not going to make this long. Dr. Oz took an anti-GMO stance. That's it. There's your story. Dr. Oz is anti-Monsanto. And so there you go. That's why he's getting hit. Everybody knows it in the industry. They're not supposed to mention it on network news, even though one guy did. Propaganda for there. You talk out about genetically modified organics, and they're gonna send other doctors to as a one. Piece number 2: Christians being killed by ISIS. Christian Protestants, they protest or profess the faith. you know, in sometimes an aggressive manner. That's where they come from. The Protestants today, or Protestants or Christians today, dude, they are watching their people getting freaking waylaid as ISIS or ISIL or IS or whatever in the hell you want to call those murderous bastards, are playing fucking whack-a-mole with people's heads, are trying to fulfill prophecy. That's the whole fucking point of ISIS, is they're trying to fulfill prophecy. And so they're playing whack-a-mole with Christians, they're just killing Christians, and the Christians, dude, let me tell you something, if there was an actual Christian leader of this nation, they would be flipping out over ISIS, dude. They would be losing their goddamn minds, and they would be fucking, you know, bombing the shit out of those people with the black flag. So that's what you need to know about ISIS killing those guys. Well, ISIS, I said months and months, if not a year ago, I said they're no more than British and American special forces that have been training people over there for a long time, and blah, 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 blah. That's all that shit is. The chlorine attacks in Syria, they're blaming it on Assad. My friends in Syria, and my friends that are here from Syria, say that that's all complete lies. That's all complete bullshit. Again, the Christian contingent needs to know that your religion has its roots in the country of Syria. Almost a third of the Syrian refugees coming are Christian. And like 2% are Yazidi. You know what I mean? Come on. Everyone's like, yeah, and it's a bunch of Muslims. Well, there's a ton of Muslims and a lot of Christians coming too. And they come from the birthplace of your religion, so you should probably learn cultures and things. And what they've done is they showed dead children on CNN, MSN, NBC. And they showed dead children, just plain as day. They would never fucking do that when I was a kid. They would never do that. Remember, we're in a new society. We're in a new society now. They would have never done that. They would have never done that. Ever, 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 ever. It doesn't make it okay if you say, oh, this is going to be disturbing images. Nah, motherfucker, don't put that shit on my television. We don't need this desensitizing crap on there. We really don't. And if you know what, if you're going to show it to us, give it to us with the truth. Give it to us in its context. Now, I'm not in Syria, and I don't fucking know anything. You know what I mean? I'm a jackass in Ohio, but I can tell you that I don't believe anything my government says. If they say that Assad is doing it, and I actually know people in Syria and from Syria, and I do, and they're fucking nice people. They're kick-ass people. I love them. They're just a great family. They're great people. They're kick-ass folks. And, you know, they're good people, and they're like, no, what your government and what your news media is saying is a lie. Then I meet an international photojournalist, independent photojournalist, freelance, who says, you know, he's from Ohio, he goes overseas for however long, he comes back, and he said he was just disturbed to watch the news. He had his family around him, and he was freaking out in front of them, and it took a lot for him to be able to be like, okay, you know, this is the news in America. This is what they say, because it's lies. So, if chlorine attacks are blamed on Assad in Syria, that's complete bullshit as far as I'm concerned. Assad isn't going to kill his own fucking people. That's not even like that dude. Until we intervened, that dude, he didn't do that. Until we intervened. So, there you go. Iranian ships and U.S. ships are on a course for where our ships are coming to intercept theirs. They said that they're taking arms to Yemen, and Iran's like, no, we're not. Piss off. This is our excuse to start war with Iran. We're sending our battleships to intercept. We're sending aircraft carriers with Marines on them, with fighter jets, with Apaches, you know, long-range shit. People had said 8 years ago or so that we were going to eventually start. They said Syria, Yemen, Iraq, Afghanistan. They named all these countries, and Iran was one of them. Now, Iran's the hardest one, one of the hardest ones, because they're a bunch of kick-ass people too, man. They're very, actually, like, the people there, like the people, not the government, but the people, they're just like us. They're looking around going, what the fuck are these people doing? I was over here eating a sandwich, and these people are freaking bombing people from boats. You know? What the fuck? So, seriously, they're fucking cool. So, this is just an excuse to start war with Iran. That's it. That's all that is. And it's because Iran has evaded war with us through the nuclear talks, through all of this. We have I think he's a photojournalist that he's been in prison there for a while. He's a guy here from the U.S. Iran says that he's a CIA agent running espionage and all that. Again, I don't believe anything my government says. So, I believe he's probably our CIA agent. Do I want him back unharmed? Absolutely. Absolutely. He's our CIA agent. You know, dummy, you got caught. You know, you don't work for the CIA anymore. You can liken this whole serious situation to the weapons of mass destruction that were never found. Same thing. Same fucking thing. The Iranian warships, you know, oh, they got arms. No, they don't. You know what I mean? That's my guess. And then last on our list is cops in America continue to be the #1 threat to Americans and American cops. Now the cops are so brutal, they're killing off-duty cops, plainclothed cops, and 1 or 2 guys have now killed dogs that they didn't know were off-duty cop dogs. So there's our headlines. All right. Maybe another tune or two, and then we'll be back. I'll be back. And I'll put the ugly back on video for you. And but first, it's important that we have magic in our lives. When I come back, we're going to cover more of the anonymous infighting debacle and Patriot protest demonstrator rally group infighting debacle. And I'm going to get a little bit more thorough with some of my answers. So, alright guys, I appreciate it. Back in a minute.
When I saw what our next guest could do with an iPad, I was blown away, all the way from Germany. Please welcome magician Simon Piero. I saw something that was on EllenTube, I think, but I have not seen what you're doing today. I wanted to be surprised.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, thanks for being here.
So you might be surprised about a couple of things that I found out with the iPad. I don't know if that ever happened to you, but if you go through like this might happen. So if it does so, don't worry. It's not a software problem or anything. This is just more space for your own creativity.
Okay.
So can you see that string
Yes.
here? Good.
Right.
Thanks to this string, I stop it, and I do have access to a whole new set of new apps, all a bit better than the old ones. So thanks to this string, I can actually show you my last 2,000 pictures for my vacation. Don't worry, I won't show you all of them, Alan. I just show you the overview, because that way I can easily print them. Which is fantastic. My parents, they do not have an iPad. So I just put it on a postcard and send it back all the way to Germany. But before I do so, I always make a copy. Otherwise, the data might get lost. I know this app doesn't make any sense, but it's fun. And I think FaceTime is as well. So let me call a friend of mine. I hope he's ready. If you are too, that is you. That's
Yes.
the audience. And, hey, Christoph.
Hi, Simon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Please do your best. I'm at Alan. Okay,
Please,
right
straw.
there. Yes?
Okay like that?
Perfect. So thanks to this straw here, I can easily...
Worked well?
Worked well, thank you, yes. Alan, thanks to this straw, I can share not only music, videos, but also Coke. Tastes excellent, but I can also give something back. He doesn't know about that. Some coconut milk from California.
You still need me?
1 second, please. And here we go. Milk is coming. Oh. Okay, as you can see, it's still a prototype, but it worked. Please give a hand to Christoph.
Wow.
Alan, this iPad is also a very good hiding place, a place to hide stuff. For example, for today, I have, let me find it. It's well secured over here. On the 3rd page, I'm hiding for today an Allen pen. So here we go, because I'm gonna need that in a second. Please, can you hold that? And as Neil Patrick Harris just reminded us that you are the queen of selfies, I wanted to create an app just for you. And that's what I did. So what I do now, I go into the audience. I will come back in a second.
Okay.
So let me. What a beautiful audience. So let's see. Hello over there. Hi. So what about these two beautiful ladies? Would you join me on a selfie?
Sure.
So please come a bit closer. We turn the camera around, and we're ready to. And smile. I do some. Okay, got it. Thank you very much. And now, I can show you how your app will work. This is the Ellen selfie. I just take one of the last pictures, one of the few pictures I made, and here it is. This is how the app looks like. This is how my grandmother's picture frame looks like. And now I need your help on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And there it is. And this is not another iPad. This is a real live selfie.
What?
And we will sign it for the lady.
I'll sign it for you. Unbelievable. Go to our website to find out more about Simon. If you have an amazing magic act you want me to see, please post it on EllenTube. We'll be right back. Wow!
Thank you.
This is a WGF Studios production. Using the tools of life, experiences, teachings, words of insight. It burns so bright, brought in the spotlight. And some nights, the feeling is so right. When there's a beauty in the random, the hidden balance of fathom. Somehow I shall make you believe the goodness inside us can be passed to enlighten us. What strange creatures we can be. Be strong and live long, optimistic in some cases. And sacrifices are made to establish faces like us who live in fear and question the things that can't be here. If patient enough, the answers will come and shock you all and linger long. But don't ask me the things that still left to be found on your own, so don't hold your breath. I'm only here to guide you. Your heart will tell you what's right and what's wrong. Even though I'm throwing this in the air to fate, the feeling is strong, so why debate? If I show love and leave out hate, the world can be mine and yours to take. This is the knowledge used in our lives to recreate our future design. Infinite wisdom creatively defined. Many things eventuate, so I ask why. This is the knowledge used in our lives to recreate our future design. Infinite wisdom creatively defined. Many things eventuate, so I ask why. Why do our hopes, fears, and expectations affect our observations? Relevant to the reliability of our mind's imagination. Why must you resist? My words falling on your lips is spit. Give myself to you in the present, yet no gift exists. So exist pissed or exist in bliss. Pursue choices wisely or quick and swift. Life's about choices. Speak up now and use your voices. Our future hopes and the ability of understanding negativity. Condition your existence in the position of connectivity. To disconnect, respect, and cut your own neck. So don't expect the depth to recede past consequence. Life's a thirsty journey, so drink it all in until you're quenched. So step into the game, son, and get up off the bench. No regrets, quit looking forward. In past tense, the crowd's looking weary and full of suspense. Look at your hands, the ball's inside it. Life's a highway, either ride it or drive it. Speak up, speak now, or remain silent. Observe through the heart or simply through the eyelids. Live through the dark and the shadow so quiet, or exist in a spark that shines so vibrant.
This is the knowledge used in our lives to recreate our future design. Infinite wisdom creatively defined. Many things eventuate, so I ask why.
This is the knowledge used in our lives to recreate our future design. Infinite wisdom creatively defined. Many things eventuate, so why ask why? Why ask why?
All right. You are back, and it's Monday. You lived. You made it through another hellish weekend, I'm sure. Or do I have that backwards? I got Captain Canuck joining me. And I think, if I'm reading it right, he's in the room freaking out. He's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" Yep, there he is. So yeah, we're gonna have Captain Canuck on and have his take on what he believes concerning some of the infighting that he has seen in the different groups as well. And oh, there I am. There's my ugly again. So yeah, we'll get him on. The solutions. When you print up a flyer, you're reaching people who are in every walk of life: male, female, young, old, single parents, parents with a single one child. You're reaching everyone, and people that are just joining the workforce, people that are retired. And what this really brings in is more resources. You know, well, this person's got this, and this person's got this, and this person's got this, and if it all needs to be brought to the fold, you know, or if you can establish a network of people that knows how to come together to basically be the change that they seek, you know, and are willing to do their part to affect that change. Once you have that in place, like we do now, without them, once we get them to where we're at, basically, there isn't anything we can't do. The Anons and the precision focus that they can have to get things done is incredible. If it was pushed towards these agendas of, you know, getting information to people who otherwise would not get the information. And it doesn't have to be so much in a criminal way. Like I said earlier, it can be in a hilarious way. You know, creative way. But paper is a game changer for us. And the fact is no one's coming. So when you know these things...
Captain Canuck is on standby on Skype.
Oh, he's on Skype?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Alright, Captain. I'll get my Skype on. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just call you? I don't know, we'll figure it out. Once you've made the realization that no one is coming to do this for you, that it's on you, and that the future generations and people are going to look at you. They're going to say, you know, well, what did you do? What did you contribute to society to stop these things from happening, to allow us to keep our freedoms? All of this is about longevity. All of this is about the future. Okay, he's wanting to Skype. So let's get the perspective of somebody from another country and familiar with the anonymous culture. And once we have that, once we talk to him, we will be done with the show. I'll have one more thing to contribute for the day. Oh. That's not good. Okay. Let me try that again. My Skype does not want to work. You guys heard it load, but it sent me a message saying it was messed up. Oh, great. Well, I'll have to get Christine up here. She's the only one that can do this. So Let me dial in my tech support here.
Your Skype isn't working.
I need you to sign me in.
Bye.
Alright. Bye. She knows all my passwords. I don't know any of them. I don't know what to do. So.
I feel like I'm on a sitcom. You call and I come walking through the door.
Yeah.
Right.
You're on camera.
That's fine. Hi, guys.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Do not try to eat my face. I have to remember which one I'm going on. I think it's that one.
Okay.
So far, so good.
Alright, this might work. Thank you, yes.
Yay.
You're awesome. You left me hanging.
Oh!
Bye.
Gotcha.
Listen,
It'll be ready soon.
oh nice, cool. After this interview, I'll be done.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Take your time.
Alright, we got Skype going. Man, that took some doing. Whoa.
Alright.
Alright. I can see you, but let me get you to where everybody can see you.
Everybody's gonna see me. Can you hear?
Oh, you're cutting out on me.
Yeah, hold on. And how's that now?
Oh.
And how's that?
Keep saying stuff.
Stuff.
Alright, man, so.
Let me,
There we go.
I'm gonna keep some animosity, anonymity here.
Your anonymity?
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, my French took over.
Well, when you speak freaking 20 different languages, I'm sure you can easily get them confused.
Yeah.
So
how's it going, my friend?
Man, it's going good. I'm in Ohio, so the weather's always weird, and the people are ready to rally and protest and obstruct. And I was wondering what has been the case in Canada with Montreal and some of the stuff going on with that.
Where do I start?
Well, give me the latest. Give me the latest.
Well, as every spring, the students will protest on the austerities and police brutality. There's also, just before spring, we got the World Women's Protest, women's rights. So everything kicks off just about at the beginning of the month right now. It's been hell. Of course, in the first protest, it's like everything else. It always takes one thing to spark off the movement. So it started off not so bad, like not that many people, until we got to the real austerity protest on the 20th, 20th of March or something around there. We ended up with about 75,000 to 95,000 people. And of course, riot gear came out, the wonderful police. We got a problem here in Montreal. Right now, the entire country is watching Montreal because we are the epicenter of the movement. The people are rising up from here. You have places like out west, like Calgary. They only get about like 200 people probably around each protest, which is it's sad because we need to feed them and I mean escalate that more. But Montreal works at sometimes 100,000 people. So cops are not nice with them. The students are really getting beat up and stuff like that. And Anonymous Quebec is quite the instigator in this, I would say, but in a good way. I'm personal friends with most of them now. It's supposed to be like that anyway. Now we're protesting every weekend. It's disruption. We're not gonna let them forget because we don't forgive and we don't forget as it is.
Well, tell me, what were the numbers like for the police?
You probably have 4 pigs for 1 student.
Good Lord. And
we're talking riot guns, pepper spray. I don't know if you guys have heard, but in Quebec City, this girl got shot right in the face with a stun grenade. Not a stun grenade, but sorry.
I saw that video. I saw that
Oh,
they were putting those cannons right in the people's faces and shooting them right there. I mean, right in people's faces. It was amazing.
Horrible. When would a cop like clearly walk up to you with his gun and literally shoot you with a canister right in the friggin' face? And this poor girl, she became instantly famous because of that. This news made like worldwide.
Yeah, that's a nasty video.
Yeah. In Montreal, it's the same thing. And unfortunately, one of the heads here, well, not the head, I shouldn't even say that. The protest organizer itself.
Hold on. Let me ask you something. Do the police in Montreal have firearms?
Of course. What do you call it? Yeah.
Okay. Do they have the semi-automatic issue?
No. We got the riot gun. We have pepper spray canisters, like these big motherfuckers.
Okay.
They don't fuck around here. They pepper the shit out of them.
Okay. Do they have pistols?
They're not pistols. They're really like the what are they? The
I'm not talking about the ones that shoot the canisters. I'm talking about the other gear that they have. Like I know they have tear gas, things like that.
That's all it is. It's all riot gear. Here, fortunately, here in Canada, we can jump them. They're not gonna shoot at us. They're not gonna tase us. They're not gonna shoot us. They'll beat the shit out of us. There's a big difference there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, they're having fun. Like right now, like last year it started. Like, okay, everybody knows about the Red Square, I guess, because now it's worldwide.
Yeah.
We started the Red Square movement. Now, since it's done from last year and the year before, they sort of got smart on us. So now they're like militarized. They will hear about a protest organizing itself, and they will show up in masses before that there's many people getting there. Now the concept in this, they will block us off, corner us, and beat the shit out of us.
So there you get ass whoopings. Here you get hot lead.
If you're lucky, if you don't fucking end up in a coffin.
Yeah.
Like Ferguson, our cops went to Ferguson to train for protesters. To train the cops in St. Louis and all the misery cops that are involved at Ferguson were trained by our police officers from Montreal.
So they're all working. That's more proof of them working together.
That's more proof of why people in Ferguson are getting the shit kicked out of them because, hey, our wonderful police corps showed them how to do it. Well, I guess it's to show. I'm making a joke out of this, Jeremy, but the thing is, I guess our cops went over there to like make them understand that shooting people is not good. We're not.
I was going to ask if you saw the story about the officer that was backing up and didn't shoot the guy.
Yep.
And then a bunch of cops are giving him a hard time, saying that they should have shot and killed him.
Yeah, I think I got off his job. I'm not really sure. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's something about. I think he got demoted or something like that. He's probably like fucking giving parking tickets now.
I don't know. I thought it was a recent story when I saw it, but I could be wrong. I wanted to ask you about the infighting that you have seen and you have witnessed, and what has been a good conflict resolution that you have found.
You know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm Legion Bellator. Everybody knows me. The thing is, why hide? Because at this point, Anonymous has a problem. Okay? We've had a problem since in 2008 where everybody was causing a lot of freaking turmoil and people playing death slapping, like ego game. I'm better than you, why don't you hack me, blah, 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 blah. I am having an actual personal problem into this. Like, I'm being attacked personally by an Anon that's actually, he's got the brilliant idea to frame me that I'm a pedophile and put me all over the net trying to frame me. But it's not bad because I sort of got my hands on his entire conversation, which is exposed right now, and I have over 4,000 followers of a friend that like spreading the news right now. I have also the old fags, what we call ourselves, that are spreading the word also that it can't be going on like that. Now the problem with this, Anonymous needs to understand something right now. It's for the people, by the people. We're here to expose the corrupt. And having these skills that these bloods have to want to take on the old fags or the old blood, I'm starting to get that itchy sense there of what the fuck are you doing here? Why would you claim yourself to be Anon when you're going to fucking start framing people, accusing people of being this and that? And okay, yeah, there is an infiltration in Anonymous right now. There is some Muslim Brotherhood, ISIS supporters. Of course, there's always an asshole at every fucking corner of the street that you're going to go in your life. But as for the idea, to want to kill the idea and divide the united, what would you don the mask? And that's the reason why I just took mine off. Like, I'm not hiding anymore because there's no point. It's word to mouth. It's mouth to ear, and it's like an Arab telephone. And then somebody's gonna say something about this guy, and then this guy's gonna have an opinion about that guy, and
I can't wait to hear what other people have to say about this. You had put somebody's information out there for a bunch of people to see, and you're also telling people to not be damaging and attacking each other. And I want to know where that's different.
The difference is that person is trying to ruin my life, trying to ruin my name, trying to ruin my work within Anonymous. Yeah, okay, the one that knows me are not believing. They know that it's not true. But those ones that don't, that I'm trying to unite, that I'm trying to lock on right now. For so many years I've been Anon, and I was never even close to Anonymous Quebec or Anonymous Canada. I was close to West Coast, East Coast, Maritimes, Saskatchewan, but I've never been in my area because it just so happened that way. But now, I've been working at this, Jeremy, and you've known me long enough. I've been working at this and trying to unite all the good people together because we're going to need to police, pretty much, Anonymous itself, but it's actually something that's impossible to do. We have situations of one person having 20 to 25 profiles, acting 20 to 25 different personas, which are, I found probably 4 different profiles on my list. That was the same person because I found out lately about these names being linked together. And this is where it's starting.
Well, let me say this.
People can call that infighting.
I have found that if and this is why I say the things that I do. Do a lot of the activism they do online themselves, and be responsible for themselves. Better place. Because we don't know we're not good at unifying yet. We don't. We need to relearn how to come back together, man.
Jeremy, this is where I come into this. This is my plan. This has been my plan. You've known me long enough, like I was saying earlier, and this is what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to unite all these people, the good people, the old fags, to show the way to the new bloods. And you know what the funny part is? A lot of people will think that the new bloods are not on the right track. Most of the ones that I have along are all new bloods right now, and they all have those are people that are causing shit right now. Those are the ones that have, okay, I'm going to say it really in, pardon my French, but the little limp dick and they want to play big cock on the front of everybody. They're messing up everything that we're doing. Yeah, that's like different sects and very powerful sects are having the same problem as the little ones. Because each sector has its own drama, it's for sure. It depends how you manage your surrounding. For all I know, my friends, my circle, we're really tight. Okay? And we go from UK, Australia, Switzerland, Canada, United States, everywhere. But at the same time, you have these people that, why would you want to do that? Why can't you just sit at a table on a council and say, look, are we here to shut down ISIS, as many ISIS accounts as we can? Are we here to protect people from sexual abuse? Are we here to, and I'm sorry I'm going to mention that, Jeremy, I know it's a very touchy subject for you, but we have encountered again some internet bullies that have caused suicide. We're all up on them right now.
You know, something you just mentioned, and I mentioned too, was ISIS, and you had said that there are ISIS infiltrators in Anonymous. Can you elaborate on that at all?
Oh. Yeah, I can. There is. There's a list being made. It's called the ISIS hit list, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. We have suspicions on certain person, or I'm not going to go on details because I don't want to mess up.
No, I don't want you to. I don't want you to do that. Just on general terms.
I don't want to either persecute anybody, but we have our eye right now. We are watching someone right now that's been suspected for since 2011 of being around and doing that, and it's corroborating with what we're finding out about that person. And that person is collecting accounts. He's even got certain anons giving their passwords to him because they trust him. And that person, I believe, is actually getting to know all the good anons and actually taking down all the names, taking down all the IPs, trying to dox us.
So it's a constant war for you guys. It's a constant information war.
It's like 4 months ago when we were talking about my pedo hunt with Trollsec. I'm going to catch one. I'm going to find 10 of them. So obviously, we're going to catch one real ISIS account, and then we're going to troll that friends list. Well, guess what? We're going to find probably over 10 to 20 more. Now, all those 10, 20 more have 10, 20 more each. It's a never-ending
snowball
battle.
Effect there.
It's a never-ending battle.
Yeah.
Kill a fly in your house, a motherfucker's gonna make another egg, and you're gonna have 10 more the next day.
Okay, now, tell me a little bit about the progress that's been made in Montreal in the last year concerning Anonymous.
Oh, it's exponential. It's unbelievable. We started off with like little tiny protests. Now that we're going to advertise that we're going to protest about this or that, and the people are rising. I will not say that they're uniting as it is, because you got different type of people. Hey, we have Muslim people following in, coming in with the Christians and the Catholics. and they're gonna protest too on police violence, on austerities,
Good.
on you know what? It's funny what I'm gonna say, but as big as the anti-Illuminati protests used to be, you don't even hear about that anymore. It's sad, but it's true. Now it's really the people saying, look, feed the freaking hungry, or save the children from CPS, or women being battered, or Aboriginal women disappearing and nobody's doing nothing about that, or ending like race-based laws, or racial profiling, or and on and on and on and on. The progress is that the people are actually listening to the message right now, and I tip my hat to the Anonymous Quebec division, because these people are actually making a massive difference. Because we're not talking about like 200-300 people. We're talking about Anons and citizens alike together. Mothers with their children will come out. Like, teachers will make a lineup in front of the cops to keep them from going to beat up the students. The people are actually listening. Right now, I guess the law has a big problem, and I guess they don't know which freaking side to throw themselves on. And they should have expected us. They should have expected the citizens, the population, people of the world, to actually understand that things wrong, that we need to do something about it. Funny fact though, we still get massive trouble. We still get in massive trouble. I know of a certain group of people that shut down the SPVM. There was one group closed it off at first because of a girl that got beat up here in Montreal, which somebody that's really well respected.
What is the SVPM?
SPVM, it's the Municipal Police of Montreal.
Ah.
It's the Montreal cops, the actual cop shops, websites, and everything. We've been pressuring them. You want to keep on beating up our kids? We're going to keep hitting you. We won't stop.
Now, does Montreal have a lot of crime?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're a mob-based city. Biker, mob, street gangs.
So it's like America.
Well, it's sad to say, but Canada and United States are not that far apart. The only difference is like I said, I pity guys. You're getting shot right, left, and center. Getting fucking tasered to the point that, hell, you tasered the guy in your country and the guy caught fire in his car.
Where was that?
Literally. I'd have to look it up for you. I do have the story. I believe that the guy had a gas leak. Fumes were in the car or something like that.
Damn.
They tasered the guy. As soon as they sent the charge, boom, inside of the car, the guy burnt alive.
Damn.
For what? For what? For, I believe it was a burnt stop sign, a burnt taillight, and suspicions of something going on. But you guys are really good at this, eh? If you, the state troopers and all that, especially the Texas ones, they really like to do this shit.
Yes, yes, we are.
They don't
good at
like
this.
your face. They don't like your face. I would say, motherfucker, run, but he'll run you over with his car.
Yes, he will. Or
don't have
his
that here.
SUV, or his tank, or his MRAP, or
Who was saying that? Who was saying that there weren't no, like, tanks that would be involved in protests in your country? And look at now.
Yeah,
You guys are getting militarized.
big time.
Us here, we'll beat you up. We'll put you for 24 to 48 hours. They'll keep you. It's legal. They can keep you 12 hours. You having contact with nothing. They can really mess you up here. But it's mental warfare here. It's mental warfare. It's not physical. It's guns and I think I'm getting hit right now. Let me check something. Yeah, I am there, but hold on one sec.
Well, I tell you what, buddy, I was getting ready to wrap it up anyway.
Well, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna close this off by saying,
I tell you
Canada.
what, if there's a positive message that you can give to the world or your part of the world, what is it? Give it to us.
Well, especially, well, I would like to address it really to the Hive. Seriously, the Hive. I really, guys, that's enough now, because we're looking like crazies, okay, and we're defeating the purpose of what we started. So if you really, really mean it, by donning the mask, honor it. Don't play that you're better than somebody else. Put your efforts together. Defacers, hijackers, doxers. Let's freaking do something right. Let's not go back to 2008. Let's at least unite for once. I know I'm talking, it's gonna go through one ear and come out the other, but I know some of us are listening. I know there's friends right now, the new friends that I brought in today, that we have a bigger reach. I'm getting hit like messages. They're loving this. They didn't even know you existed. So your reach has taken a breath. So maybe there it's a start. If I can get reached out to 3,000 people right now because of that certain friend, these 3,000 people will tell all the other friends that they have, maybe we can start a little movement here. We're here to unite, not divide. Like,
all right, now
grow up.
say a positive message to us in French.
Il faudrait vraiment qu'on se mette ensemble et puis qu'on se batte pour la même cause. What did I say? We really have to get together and fight the same cause, which is for the people, by the people. Our idea is still alive. Our idea is still alive. Don't kill what's left of it.
No doubt, dude. Well, I tell you what, we'll be having you on again, and I appreciate you coming on, Captain.
You know that I'm back. I've been in my ear for so long, but I'm back, baby.
Well, now that you're back, I got you on.
And I'm happy you guys are seeing my face, because some of you want to know. Well, you know now. I exist. I'm real, and I'm not here to mess around.
All right, man.
Jeremy,
take it easy, buddy.
Kiss your wife for me.
Will do. Yeah, man. All right. Phew. Well, I kind of would have liked to have had a little bit more time for that interview. I had more questions. And much like I had said before, you know, I mean, hell, I don't know most of what people are talking about most of the time, but whether I agree or I disagree or whether I know what they're talking about, they have the freedom to say it, and that's how he feels, and that's who he's trying to reach. And I think it's, you know, when somebody's saying, you know, let's get everybody together, you know, everybody's so suspect of one another, and maybe rightfully so in some instances. I think immediately people think about cops, you know. Oh, well, there's cops in the group, you know, or there'll be cops in the group, things like that. Well, these cops are everywhere. There's nothing we can do about it. They're everywhere. If you have your inner circle, and you know your inner circle, you know, protect yourself, and protect yourself accordingly. As far as the petty infighting, if you had a chance to do something profound, if you could go back and say, man, I would love to have tried unity to see what it would have been like, and if you think that would be a regret for you, then don't let it be. Don't even let that possibility exist. Do something now. Reach out to me. I'll do what I can to help. This is Diametric Opposition, and I appreciate you guys being here.
We've got a last minute. John, the journalist, wants to talk to you in a group call.
Oh, on Skype? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Blaine? sure exactly who she's talking about. See what Cynthia messaged you.
Okay. Where did she message me?
Skype.
Alright, guys, it looks like the call may be extended even a little bit further. So let's see what we have here. I don't know. Alright. So there's a gentleman that would like to help me. Miss Sea Gypsy is, it's basically Miss Sea Gypsy, myself, and Christine all doing this right now for the show. And open enrollment for Activist Liaison Network will be on the Facebook page, and it'll be after this show. So let me see if this person would like to speak live on the show. And if so, I'll bring them on. And if not, we can conclude. I have plenty that I want to talk about. Actually, to my left, I have a stack of papers that I'm going to hopefully show you guys. Maybe not tomorrow, but day after tomorrow. And I want to show you guys how media has been using they push agendas with it. And I want to show you guys what I found. I cut out articles, and it ought to be interesting.
Did you add him?
No.
He's supposed to be adding you on Facebook or on Skype.
Okay.
Did you find it?
I don't know. I'm just going to accept all these. Because I have no idea. Right on. Now I'm friendly with everyone. Sweet.
Just pay attention to the messages from Sea Gypsy. She'll guide you.
Okay. Alright. That's what I was doing, but she didn't message me.
I think it's because she's messaging me.
Oh.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens here. This is John. He is from the media, and he would like to speak with me. So let's see what happens. And I am being told to hang on a minute, so I am going to show you guys this video. We're talking about the video from where the guy shoots the canister and hits the girl. So if you haven't seen this, let me bring this up. Alright. Okay, give me a second, I gotta bring it up. I got one computer that sends it to another computer. I don't know. Okay. It starts immediately, so let's get rid of the ugly mug. Alright, if you haven't seen this video, it's unpleasant to watch. You won't like it. It's not like Faces of Death, but it's man, it's rough watching her get hit, and then she just, everyone runs but she can't, she's just holding her face. Okay, that's the after. Sorry. That's after she gets blasted. Okay. It looks like we are getting ready to... join a call.
I was on Joker's show once.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Oh, there he is.
I made it. Sorry, guys. I was watching a video.
No worries. All right. So my name's John Blaine, and I am in charge of stuff in Canada for ArgusNewsNow.com. I was on Joker's show once. I was the guy down in Ferguson.
Excellent.
I don't know if you remember that one. And I talked to the chief, and the chief says that I can get a little media sharing thing going here if you want. So for me, at least any of my stuff, so any of my photos, any of my videos, if you want to use those for your show, go right ahead.
That would be
excellent. And then in return, if you know anybody that has taken photos or videos, and you can hit me back for the same thing for our website, because we're trying to lock up, we are trying to lock up advertisers, but the best thing I can do is provide some sort of content for you guys, and I'd be glad to come on every now and again and talk about whatever photos or videos I've taken recently, if you like.
Absolutely.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah. Now
you could do a promo for him.
You guys do know that I'm live right now, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, I'm live right now. That's what I was asking you, Gypsy.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me back out of the call, and then I'll come back in.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Good.
Nice to meet you, John. I'll be right back. All right, good times. All right, hey, I was trying to make it clear, but at least, now we know. We got another journalist that we'll be working with up there in Canada, and you guys got to hear it with us there. So that's pretty excellent news, man. Yeah. Cool. Man, I told you, Canadians are cool people, man. They're like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Want to do it too? We can do it, and that'll be cool. And yeah, so... that's pretty excellent, man. I appreciate that. Miss Sea Gypsy made that possible, so thank you. So everyone knows, everyone's been asking about my wife, Christine. She passed out about a month ago. She finally went to the doctor today. They took 5 freaking vials of blood, did an EKG, and now they're going to run more tests because they think it's either her heart or seizures. So, thank you everybody so much for your concern and for being a part of our family in that way and sending us good vibes and things. So, yeah, thank you everyone. Last thing I'm going to say, unity isn't easy, and it is entirely up to you. You are just as much the problem as you can be and often are the solution. Because it all rests on you. It all rests on us. It all rests on what we do individually. And if you can believe that we're already living in a new society, then you can believe that it's not that hard to recreate a better one. Alright, ladies and gents, thank you. I appreciate it. Talk at you. Go love something. Go love another electrified bag of water. Well, I'm gonna roll out with some tunes. And I hope you guys like. You know what? I started off with Portugal the Man. We'll end it with Portugal the Man. And if you want, I can get more into headlines and things like that later in the week. This is because religion was brought up earlier. So I hope you guys enjoy. If it offends your Protestant Christian senses, then stick around, because I play all kinds of music. You may like something eventually. Alright, enjoy your night.
Come on in, take a seat next to me. You know we got what you need. We may be liars, preaching to choirs, but we can sell your dreams. You don't need sympathy, they got a pill for everything. Just take that dark cloud, bring it out to wash it down. But don't pray for us, we don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us.
Again, this is Portugal the Man, and this is Modern Jesus that you're listening to. Once again, I appreciate you joining me. It's Diametric Opposition. I'll be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That is 5 o'clock Pacific. Anonymous, Militia, Sovereigns, we can't do this without you. Love all of you.
Just take our ashes to the ocean. Who cares if hell awaits? We're having drinks at heaven's gates. So don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We know that we're helpless, at least we always assume. But we don't need to prove nothing to you. Let's keep the cool. You don't need to feel blue, 'cause we won't sell you nothing. You can't